When
he was being introduced.
He looked like
a ball boy.
Yeah, they were going to tell him, hey, just go and look for the ball and give the senior players.
Right, match day 27 of the English Premier League concluded on Monday night with Arsenal. Which word can I use? What they did against Sheffield United.
Superfluous performance, I should say.
Right, they had 6-0 victory over Sheffield United. I think now Arsenal don't want any team ending the word United.
You'll be surprised when you come to Old Trafford.
Right.
I tell you.
All right. Early kickoff, we saw not early kickoff, but the first match, of course, Brentford taking on Chelsea, where it looked like now Chelsea were losing, but they settled for a 2-2 draw. Then later on, we had Liverpool. The last kick, let's say like 5 seconds, to Darwin Núñez won the match for Liverpool, keeping them still at the top of the table.
Yep.
On the same day, we had Tottenham.
Yeah.
Winning 3-1. They had conceded early. It's a match which you got a correct score, right?
Yes, 3-1 correct score for Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. A match which they made an amazing comeback.
Yeah.
And unbelievable for Tottenham because
stuff.
They've done that a number of times this season. Coming back in the last minutes of the game around, let's say, 70 to 90 minutes. So.
Right, Manchester derby on Sunday. It was Manchester City claiming the bragging rights. And of course, Marcus Rashford scored a worldie.
Thunderbolt.
Yes, off the post and in. And of course, I think after that, United got confused. And they lost 3-1. Haaland nowhere to be seen, but of course, courtesy of Amrabat.
He got his share.
He scored in the stoppage time to make it 3-1.
3-1.
I want us to talk about 3 games. Brentford versus Chelsea, briefly. Manchester United, City versus United, and Arsenal versus Sheffield United. If you want, you can still take them all, at least 45 seconds each. About United, don't extend, just...
You can't give me 45 seconds talking about Manchester United. But it looks like Amrabat doesn't like your correct scores because you had a 2-1. And then he gave away the ball.
And I told you, in terms of scoreline, it won't be very huge.
Bro, in terms of scoreline, but in terms of statistics in the game, there was a huge difference. I told you we would lose 3-0. Yeah. I don't know where Rashford's goal came from. Everyone was surprised by that goal, by the way.
Rashford loves playing against big teams. He will always score. Yes, he will always score.
And then he missed other goals. Anyway, first off, I think Manchester United tried to play well in the game. And Manchester City this season, they look like a team who are trying to play, especially after going behind by a goal. I remember in the last few matches against Brentford, the game which they won 3-1, they had to make a comeback against Luton, against whoever. They've been doing comebacks. So I think don't score fast against Manchester City. And for Man United, I think there's a lot of problems in the team. Right now, there's a lot of injury crisis. And I said, if we start speaking about Manchester United, we'll take a whole day, a whole night, a whole season. So they have new owners right now. We'll see what they have, and especially in the next game, I think they should win that one if they're serious. For Chelsea, 2-2 draw against Brentford. Wissa scored a gorgeous goal, a nice bicycle kick, and I think I was tipping Chelsea to win that match. I don't know how they ended drawing 2-2, but it shows that they are inconsistent as well. And then we have Liverpool scoring in the last minute of the game. Many Arsenal fans were fuming
because
me too, as a Man United fan, I don't want to see Liverpool winning very much, but I wasn't fuming. I don't know why. So I think it's because I had predicted Liverpool to win 3-1. So the 1-0 win gave me a little bit of sigh of relief. So I think we're gonna head to this weekend, and I'm thinking we have very good fixtures that are coming up.
I told you to pick 3 matches. You've picked 2.
Those are 3, bro. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, and I don't want to talk about Arsenal because it's very easy to see that this year they've put in a very good shift.
100%
record, scoring a lot of goals as well, and they have the best record in terms of defense, in terms of attack.
Who has the most clean sheets right now?
I think Raya, but I couldn't care less.
I remember, you see, we live in a world, we live to see things happening, not the way we wanted them. Like 10 episodes back, or 15 episodes back, can you imagine you combined Raya's clean sheet and Ramsdale's and they couldn't equal Onana's record?
Yeah, but I think those lads have worked their ass off.
Yeah.
Arsenal team has done great. So it will be good to see. But I think after this weekend, they'll be facing Manchester City away from home.
Yes,
and that will be the match to be looking forward to. But somebody said you cannot ignore, I don't know, they said something like a rushing antelope with a dashing squirrel. Have you ever heard of that of that proverb? Do not lose sight of a squirrel because of a dashing antelope or something like that. So get the squirrel first. So we're gonna see this match day first before we move to the next one.
Right.
So which teams are you picking? Or I've spoken enough. I've spoken enough.
That's enough. I just wanted to hear a review about that, so I'll not be talking about them.
Okay.
And we have early kickoff match day 28. We have early kickoff, of course, the smallest team in the world. Manchester United will be taking on Everton. Early kickoff, we say.
No, we don't say that when it comes to Manchester United.
What do you think about this?
And you just called Manchester United the smallest team. I mean,
because
you don't know.
I copied a fan who was responding to our post after you lost, because you always keep on calling Manchester United
small
biggest team in the
world. So you join his bandwagon and call Manchester United a small team as well.
We need to appreciate fans.
Right. I think the biggest team, on contrary to what you say, will be gracing the fields again. They've lost 2 in a row against Fulham and against Manchester City, scoring one goal each in the 2 matches, and it's a crisis to be honest for Manchester United. And we are now 11 points off top 4. Imagine at this point in game.
Did you start the tournament, the league with the rest of the team?
Yeah, but you know that is how it goes. We can't all be number 1. That's why we have Liverpool, and then we have Manchester City, and then the rest of us.
Yeah.
So, Manchester United should bounce back in this game. I'm very confident that they should, because you always say when Manchester United are wounded is one of the teams that you don't want to face. But I think Everton have been doing well defensively as well. And without going into much details or a lot of details in this game, I think Manchester United should bounce back. As I said, they are fond of conceding goals because their defense hasn't been consistent in terms of even the selections. So I'm gonna go for a 2-1 against Everton. How about you?
Like you said, United need to get back to winning ways, and this comes the right time against Everton. Everton not that bad, but they're still playing good football.
Yeah.
I was impressed with what I saw Evans do at the back, especially
against Manchester City,
marking City's attack, and I feel, despite what Onana is doing for the team, the backline is chipping in goals. So I'm going to give United a win, and not so many goals. Last time you told me not to give them 3-1 because I feel they'll still concede. So allow me to pick at the same scoreline as yours. That is 2-1.
Well, I hope it happens.
Yeah, it is my hope too. And for our fans, once we agree on something, put your eyes there.
Yes.
Right, later on we will see now Arsenal who have the chance of going to the top of the league when they host Brentford at Emirates. That will be around 8:30 East African time. What do you think about this match?
Well, right now it's easy to predict an Arsenal game, and not in terms of correct score, but in terms of win and approximate number of goals, because I remember in the last game where they played Sheffield, I had a 4-0 correct score. You had around the same.
Yeah.
And it shows like we now totally believe that what they've been doing is not by luck, and is not by a chance that they are doing it. It's by hard work. And in the last few games, they've scored an averagely 3 goals in the league.
Yeah.
Like against Newcastle 4, against West Ham 6, against whoever. So I think this is another chance for Arsenal to show people that their form is still the hard-earned. It's hard work they've been putting in. And almost everyone is back to fitness. They don't have a lot of injuries right now. I remember Partey came back in the squad, featured against Sheffield. And who else?
Fabio
Vieira as well.
Timber is also
and then Timber is also about to come back. And it's a time where I think it should be an easy win for Arsenal. And I feel like Tony has always an opportunity to prove himself as a striker. I mean, sometimes he doesn't score, but when he faces the big teams, he always tries to, because he knows that he is supposed to be playing for these big teams. And you know what? He's been linked to Arsenal, and he's going to show them that, hey, this is why you needed me. And that's why I'm thinking it could be 3-1, it could be 4-1, but I think Arsenal will concede in this game. But now, to be precise, I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Arsenal. How about you?
Right, like you said, everybody's been getting back. We forgot to mention Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, that is now the biggest worry for Arsenal fans. Because Gabriel Jesus is back, Thomas Partey is back. That means chances of starting Gabriel Jesus means Kai Havertz will drop to the bench. And once again, Partey is back. We want to see his partnership with Declan Rice if he is set to start in the weekend match.
Yeah.
Kiwior doing good job on the left back in the absence of Zini. So I think Arteta might, for me, I feel Arteta might try to change this. And when you change a winning team, when you make changes to a winning team, there is high chance you might consider, because the chemistry and stuff. So I feel Arteta is supposed to keep the same squad.
Yeah.
Like you said, there is a chance Brentford will score.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Hopefully not, because that Raya can take his clean sheet tally to 10. I'm going for a win for the Gunners. Close match, of course. Brentford is a team which will play. Sometimes can decide. You saw it.
Yeah.
Against Chelsea, deciding to go for a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
So we expect a lot of goals. I'm going to give us something like 4-1.
4-1
victory. Then the following day on Sunday, we'll see Tottenham away to Villa Park. Play against Aston Villa. Of course, this is a team which in the first leg, I think Tottenham lost.
Aston Villa won 2-1 against another comeback win.
Yes, is it will Villa complete what do you call double on
Tottenham? Yeah. Well, at this point in game, I don't think so. It's not good to start that way. It's good to talk about the game, talk about the recent results first, but I don't think it's going to happen for Villa to do the double. Tottenham are a good side as well. They've been playing well. They score in almost every other match. And so is Aston Villa. So in these kinds of matches, these are two managers who are attacking. I mean, for Aston Villa's front, we have a guy called Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
And I think we haven't talked about him much in this podcast, but he's a great player. And then Watkins as well. He has been involved in 26 matches. I think the most in the EPL right now. That is 10 goals and 16 goals and 10 assists.
10 assists.
Unbelievable, especially if you're playing for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But I think Unai has transformed this team, and they look like they could even finish top 4. And that's why in this game, I don't think they're gonna win. They're not gonna do the double against Tottenham, and I don't think Tottenham will win. And that's why I think it's gonna be a back and forth kind of game. There are two teams that concede and score, so whoever will score more will win. But again, for me, I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw in this game. How about you?
Right, like you said, it's a tough match. We saw Unai Emery, they came close to dropping points over the weekend, and he celebrated the win, the late win. And I feel gonna be challenging. As Aston Villa are not afraid of attacking, so is Tottenham. Gonna be goals galore, like you mentioned. But I feel Villa at home, they can get a win.
For real?
A 3-2. A 3-2 victory, maybe.
That match is going to be very, very tough.
Yes.
But it's very unpredictable. That's why it's very hard. You might lean on the home side because they do well. They are in the top 4. But you know, Tottenham will give a run for their money because they are in the title for title for top 4. So
they won the Champions League spot.
Yeah. So we wait and see.
Super Sunday, of course, and our feature match. You'll see Liverpool taking on Manchester City. And before you go anywhere, we go straight to your prediction, allow me to check the team news. Who is playing, who is not playing. And we have City have almost a complete squad. Only Jack Grealish, who has groin injury, so he's going to be out. For Liverpool, Mo Salah is yet to train. You remember Mo Salah
has been ruled out for quite some few games. Yes. He hasn't appeared.
They have Trent, who has a knee injury. They have Alisson Becker with hamstring injury. They have Diogo Jota with knee injury. Curtis Jones with ankle injury. Thiago Alcantara, of course, has been out all for the rest of the season. And Matip, who is also sidelined until summer, as knee injury. So those are how things look on side of team news. So to you.
So it means that if they're gonna field as the strongest team they can have, they'll have Van Dijk and Konate, and then Bradley, and then Robertson and Kelleher, and then is Hendo fit to play?
Hendo is not fit.
He's not fit to play.
Expect maybe the legs
and Gravenberch as well is not fit to play. So in the midfield they could feature McAllister and Szoboszlai, who came back in the game they played against Nottingham. And then who else?
Nunes, of course,
Elliot.
Harvey Elliott. They had this youngster who played also in their match.
I saw another youngster make an appearance for them. He's called Nyoni. Nyoni looks so young, guys. I don't know if our editor will find that image.
That when he was being introduced,
he looked like
a ball boy.
They were going to tell him, hey, just go and look for the ball and give the senior players. But I know that's what we like about football, because Liverpool has
the family must be super happy.
Very proud of the boy, man. So I think it's very good to see what Klopp has done with the squad so far. So up front, I think they'll have Diaz and Gakpo and Elliott, who will be featured, and Nunes as well, because Nunes is back on the field, and it looks like a good but not so good squad when you're facing who? Manchester City. On the side of Manchester City, we don't have a lot of injuries aside from
Jack
Grealish. So in terms of injury news, Man City have an upper hand over Liverpool. Well, now we usually look at the form and head-to-head. So in terms of form, I think aside from losing to Arsenal, Liverpool have won all the other games.
They lost to Tottenham.
They lost to no, I'm saying in the last few games.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the entire season.
In the last like 10 or so games, aside from losing
they lost to Arsenal, yes. The mighty Gunners.
Shut up. So, and for Man City, I think they also lost. Shut up. Anyway.
Wait. It hurts, right? You never knew if one day you're going to talk about Arsenal dominating.
Nonsense.
Rock, you can imagine when you were trying to tell me the last few fixtures, Liverpool lost to Arsenal. Then he's saying to remember, on the side of Man City, they lost to Arsenal. So he has diverted.
Well, they also drew against Chelsea, 1-1 draw at home. And it wasn't a good result for the Manchester City standards, because no disrespect to Chelsea, but Man City at home should be winning against any side. So in terms of form, we are looking at two of the most informed teams as well in the league. And
at the top.
Yes, and at the top. And it's going to be an epic match, which in most all Arsenal fans in the world, including those who are not yet born, they're going to be looking forward to this match. So Let's look at head-to-head first.
All right.
So, head-to-head, okay. All the games at Anfield, I think the last time Manchester City won at Anfield was in 2021.
Wow. After Corona.
They won 4-1 in a season which I think Liverpool weren't doing so well. So that is the last time they won at Anfield. But in terms of head-to-head, I think it has been Liverpool winning at Anfield and Manchester City winning at Etihad. So it has been a back and forth because these are the two top managers who have ruled the game up to now in the Premier League for the last like 7 years or so. And the last game, we saw it end in a 1-1 draw. A match which was filled with a lot of back and forth kind of game, but it ended in a 1-1 draw where Trent Alexander-Arnold
scored the equalizer.
Very wonderful goal from a right back.
Yeah.
So it leaves us with the question, where is this game gonna be won? And maybe I leave this to you.
Yeah, with the injuries, man, Liverpool have, compared to City, City have a very good midfield, packed. We saw Rodri stepping up. We saw the likes of Foden also doing good. So I think the Liverpool mid isn't that promising, and this is where City gonna take it. Because you didn't tell me now Manchester City don't have the good wingers like they had during the likes of Riyad Mahrez
and Sane.
But right now they depend on Doku, who's dancing the dancing antelope, and he doesn't make the chances he's creating count. Like his good appearance or his good performance was against FC Bournemouth. So on the City know they want this battle to be won in the midfield. They know they have Rodri in the midfield and KDB, and also they have Haaland will be waiting there.
Quality players.
And now it will be now Haaland versus, of course, Haaland versus let's say Van Dijk, and also maybe Konate, depending on how he'll be switching. So I feel it will be too much pressure for Liverpool to handle in the midfield. So it will be running that midfield like nonsense. That's what I can say. And for Liverpool, not much that threat, because you can see they have the second keeper who we saw, he's good but not so good like Alisson. So City have all what it takes to beat Liverpool. But of course many Arsenal fans will be wanting the match to end in a goalless draw. If we cannot do it, we will do it.
Before you go ahead, I'm really curious to
see what I'll predict.
What you'll predict, because
you see,
deep down,
you know, my prediction, I don't go
with what you
emotions.
Want.
Yes,
you are going with what you think can
realistically
happen.
This is a game for City to win. Trust me. Though City didn't play so well against United, a team which you saw them struggling, and I wasn't expecting such performance, but they came in second half, totally a different team with playing with that mentality of a winner, of a champion. I'm gonna give Manchester City win, and I'm giving them something like 3-1 victory against Liverpool.
Ooh, good to hear that from you, man. I can't believe it,
bro. You have to, because I always tell you, when it comes to football, you also need to have the third eye, rather than just saying I feel Liverpool will win. It's my feeling, and one of the teams which I don't like is Manchester United. You know that. But I've been giving United street wins. This depends on how I see a team will perform. On paper, you've said it. City are better than Liverpool. To make it worse, Liverpool have injuries to them, key men. So you're shocked. I want to hear what you have.
No. I totally agree with you on this one, and it is because you talked about the key players who are able to decide these kinds of games. For example, Alisson, top keeper, one of the best keepers in the league, or not even in the league, in the world. He'll be missing this game. He will not feature in this game. And then Trent, the person who was able to equalize in the last fixture, is missing. Mo Salah, the player who makes a difference in most of the games. I mean, he goes head to head with Haaland in terms of goals, and yet he's a winger. And it tells you how much
important is.
What Liverpool are missing, will miss in this game. Manchester City have a good midfield in Rodri and KDB, and they can throw in one other midfielder in the time of the game where they need them, even if it's defending or attacking, to help in attack when they need more attack, or to defend when they need to defend more. So could be Bernardo, Kovacic, or whoever, but City in the midfield look very strong. But I think the flanks as well for Manchester City, as much as you've said Doku is a dancer, yes he is, but on the other side of the flanks, we have one very key player for Manchester City. And that man, I think he needs some shares in our club because he owns us, bro. He owns us, and I accept.
Yeah.
There's no way a young man like that can always be, okay, let's not lose track because I'm going back to a game.
You're getting emotional once again.
So I think Liverpool also have all it takes to score in a game like this, regardless of who they play. They always, they have the mentality. They have kept it going.
Even
as always.
Set pieces they have.
Yes, they have. They can score from set piece. Van Dijk, of course, he's been helping the team to like score a number of goals when they look like they can't score. And I respect Darwin Núñez because the things he's done in the absence of Salah
and Jota
is marvelous for this team because he has quite a number of assists. He has more than 10 goals, I think, in the Premier League. And it shows that it's going to be an interesting game. And the reason why this game is going to be very much interesting or more interesting is because this game is going to be played at Anfield. And we know Anfield is one of the atmosphere. So whether Klopp fields kids or whoever, the atmosphere will always have an impact on the way they play. But again, let's face it right. Manchester City with their quality, they should overcome Liverpool on this one. So I know Arsenal fans, right back at home, those who are old, young, and those who are still to be born, they want a draw in this game. But as you said, Manchester City should win this game. But I'm going to go for a slight 2-1 victory. And of course, Haaland should be on the scoreline. So that is our prediction. But of course, you're watching from home and wondering why me and Vinny are seeing Manchester City an easy win. Why can't you let us in the comment section what you think about this game? Because it is one of the games we're looking forward to. Everyone is looking forward to because it's number one and number two at a very crucial stage in the season.
So it means any result somehow, if Arsenal will beat Brentford, Arsenal might be at the top or second. Because
at the end.
A loss for any will mean Arsenal will be above them, right?
Yes.
Because it's just 1 point, 2 points. So if the best result, like you said, for Arsenal is a draw, which is unlikely, but this is football, a loss for City will mean Liverpool at the top, Arsenal second, City third. A win for City will mean City first, Arsenal second, and Liverpool third, right?
Yeah, but we wait and see because football has its own surprises. Sometimes you may want a result from another match, and then you
fail your own match.
A lot of things happen in your match, and you throw away or you bottle it, as they call it. So it is a good match, though, and we are very much excited. I don't know how much you are excited watching from home.
We wouldn't bottle.
Wait. Okay. So, do we have any other match aside from
no
this?
other match?
No other match. All right. So that is what we think is going to happen. And after all, I think we made the calculations. Manchester United, there's no way they are moving from 6th. Chelsea, they like kissing the 10th. Liverpool, it is a big match. So, and Manchester City as well. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting, guys. So make sure you hit the comment section and let us know what you think. So we go all the way to the kick tip. And in the kick tip, last time out, where we usually have the predictions, remember you can also join the kick tip. And the link for the kick tip as well will be in the comment section and the description section. So you can join and help us predict these matches. We know some people predict this week and the next week they forget. Yeah. So remember to always predict.
Like I've not predicted for some.
No, stop lying.
Okay.
And I'll catch you. You know where I'll catch you. Yeah. So we have our last.
Can I go? We are done with it.
You're gonna get exposed. So that's why I know you wanna go. You wanna leave. I told you this guy is a fraud, and you didn't believe me. Now, take a look at this. This man, his name is the audience. You know him properly. His name is that. He's still number 1, yes. But guess what? He had 1 correct score on kick tip. But on the show, he didn't have any correct scores. So
Good. It's good.
He had Manchester City 3 goals to 1 on kick tip. Where did he get that?
Injuries. You see.
Fraud.
You see,
Don't believe in this guy.
You analyze, because I had predicted 2-1, which was so close. And after predicting, because we do shoot on Wednesday, on Friday, that's when I was doing my analysis, and something told me they're going to be a third goal.
Well, if that was before you ate the antelope, then I can understand. But once you ate that antelope that you told me about,
Shut your mouth.
bro, you're gonna have a lot of trouble predicting anything right.
We'll see.
Anyway, you still lead, of course, with the total points. But on the match day, we have a guy called Amy Best.
Amy Best. I saw Amy Best doing
Right?
his best.
He had 2 correct scores.
Yes.
Even more than us. Congratulations, bro. Amy Best, wherever you are, in the comment section, let us know who you are, because we really need to know you. You had 2 correct scores. The first correct score was Luton versus was Manchester City versus Man United. You had 3 goals to 1, and you also had Luton to lose against Aston Villa 3 goals to 2. Amazing.
Wow. 3-2.
Imagine.
Not 1-0 or 2-0.
3-2, bro.
3-2, that's amazing.
Amazing, bro. So,
Rock, have you, in your life, have you ever predicted anything right?
yeah, he did. I can remember it for him. He just had last week out.
He
Chelsea,
edited
Man
that.
City. No.
He unveiled that video after the results anyway.
But I think that is the only thing he got right
In his life.
around here. So congratulations, Amy Best. That was a good performance. He got 18 points.
Wow.
And then we drew. You got 17, I got 17.
And you are closing the gap.
Yeah, for sure.
We
If you
drew-
will not have rigged, that will be 2 points.
Listen, fans, back at home. He had 17, I had 17. And he is closing the gap. Which gap?
All right, at number 3 we have still Mushiri and Mizizi. Mizizi is number 4, and Mizizi is doing quite well as well. He's consistent in playing. You know, the more you play, the more your ranks go up. And then we also have Josephat at number 6, who has 16 points. And then we have Edgar, and then
Obare.
Jiboy, and Andy Magic, and Omondi Winston has not played, but he's still
I need to
at the top.
remind him.
Yeah, please remind him to be updating his kick tip predictions before the match day starts. So that is it. As remember, we've said the link will be in the comment section and the description section, so do not skip to play, because we also want to see your expertise, because we've seen many people on the internet trying to bash how we predict correct scores, yet the only thing they've ever gotten in life is like Rock, guessing one thing and then
Bragging
being proud of it.
I saw him put status everywhere, even on his M-Pesa application.
And you know he's the one who jinxes our bet.
Yeah.
He goes on and calls us after every shoot that, you know what, those bets you've done in studio today,
They'll drink water.
I
Okay.
have blessed a lot of money on them. And when you go to check his bet slip,
Yeah.
it's 10 shillings.
10 shillings.
Anyway, we've come to the end of the EPL preview section. My name is Brian.
They call me Vincent.
And this is the Liquid Sports Show.